You're listening to Community Heroes podcast featuring people sharing about their stories with their disabilities. And now for your hosts, Brandon and Pate. Welcome back to Community Heroes podcast. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Jesi Stracham, the founder of Wills With Me. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Can you talk about what it was like growing up and what is your disability?
So growing up, I raced four-wheelers off-road, went camping every weekend. I had like your average American childhood. And then I became a paraplegic at 22 years old from a motorcycle accident. I have a spinal cord injury.
Of course, after the motorcycle accident, what was that like getting into changing your life and becoming a paraplegic?
It's definitely not a way I ever expected to live life. And I feel like it's a very different and to me weird way to live because I know another way, I guess. And the adjustment was difficult. And if I didn't have the community, I probably wouldn't have adjusted the way that I did. But I leaned out while I was still in the hospital. I was in support groups on Facebook, just trying to lean on other people that already had spinal cord injuries to find out what I could do and what life would look like with a disability.
Of course, after this diagnosis, how did you overcome it and how did you not let it define the person that you are?
It took a lot of years to kind of figure that out. Honestly, it wasn't until I really I gave my life to God in 2020 and I was just like, "Hey man, I need some strength. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm here. I just need some strength and purpose." And when I gave my life to God, that's when I was able to actually be okay being disabled and know that I can still do and be whoever it is I want to be.
What are some of the barriers that you have accomplished so far?
I think the biggest thing is creating a fitness app for wheelchair users called Wheel with Me Fitness. It's downloadable in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. I was told for a lot of years that creating an app was impossible, that it was something that couldn't be done. It was too much work. And together with Breakthrough Apps and Sunny over there, we were able to create Wheel with Me Fitness. And we have a private Facebook group with group calls to help empower you. We have a book club, group workouts. So we really just are trying to give the community some value.
What was that like first starting With Me Fitness and then turning it into a foundation?
So Wheel with Me Fitness and Wheel with Me Foundation are two separate entities. Wheel with Me Foundation is completely different from the fitness stuff. The fitness is an LLC. The foundation actually serves the independence of wheelchair users. So we host empowerment weeks quarterly where members of the community teach their skill or trade and we learn to become more independent and learn what's available to us. I think that's really important that we learn from one another of just what we're capable of and what we can accomplish. But Wheel with Me Fitness started as a private Facebook group, and then it's turned into a business, which is really, really cool. And I love the app. I love fitness. I am a personal trainer. I have my adaptive CrossFit certifications, and I'm continuing to learn about nutrition now. And it's really cool because there's so much that fitness can do for your life as a whole and your confidence. And as wheelchair users, I think that we should do things that nurture our confidence because society kind of hits us and takes advantage of us, you know?
How's it been like obviously being an adaptive CrossFit athlete?
Oh, this is my first year being an adaptive CrossFit athlete, and it's been really cool. I competed in the games in June, and now I'm competing in the Wheel Wad games next week. And it's wild that we can compete in fitness and get sponsorship and win money and do things that non-disabled people get to do. So I think that's really powerful, impactful to see how far things have come for people with disabilities.
What are some of your motivations to get you through the day?
My biggest motivation to get me through the day is I want to be better than who I was the day before. I know that if I continue to work on me, then I can help other people. And honestly, my team plays a big part in it. I know that there's people that are looking to me as an example, and I've got to, if I'm asking them to do things, I've got to be willing to do the same thing. And so the Wheel with Me Fit team is huge on keeping me accountable.
How's it been like obviously creating Will With Me Foundation?
Creating Wheel with Me Foundation has been a process. When you get into the nonprofit area, all the legality stuff and the business side of things is dense and it's a lot of work. And it's constantly, you're constantly learning. You're learning about what forms to fill out, how to keep your 501c status active, and there's a lot that goes into a foundation. So it's been really cool to kind of learn on that front. I think running a business is a lot easier than running a nonprofit.
What are some of your accomplishments while running the nonprofit?
You know, I think the biggest accomplishment is the lives we get to impact, the people we empower, and the connections that we make within the community. It's really cool learning from other people in the community. I'm continuing to learn what's available to us, what we're capable of. And every time I see someone winning, it's empowering. It's like if they can do it, I can do it.
Using your platform Will With Me, how have you helped that to share your story with other people?
Using Wheel with Me, idea behind the name is I want people to wheel with me. We wheel together. The more we work together, the more we collaborate, the more we combine our efforts and have understanding of one another, even if we don't agree, the more we are capable of accomplishing. And I think that that's very important. That's Wheel with Me's mission, really. It doesn't matter what your disability is, what your race is, where you come from, how much money you have. None of that matters. The point is that we go together because we all have similar struggles, and we've got to work together if we want to create change and get further in life.
Can you talk about obviously your experience being a motivated speaker and how has that been like?
I'm just getting my feet wet into motivational speaking. My book comes out in early 2024. And so I'm actually working on creating a tour and making that something that is a career. So stay tuned and we'll figure that out and I'll teach that later.
What is your book about and how did you know that you wanted to start writing a book?
So for years, people say, when are you going to write a book? When are you going to write a book? And I just never put much thought to it. And then I met this incredible editor and publisher. Her name is BJ from Bodyworks Publishing. And she kind of, just kept reaching out to me. And she's like, I would love to write your book. And I was like, you know what? Let's do this thing. And so for the last year, we've just had phone conversations where she's gotten to know me, got to know my story, and she's been along every step of this path, from me going back to work full time and getting off disability, to me launching the Wheel with Me fitness app, to growing Wheel with Me Foundation. And so the book is really going to be about using your obstacle as your opportunity and allowing whatever your struggle is to help you develop whatever your purpose and mission is.
How has it been like obviously using your platform to help other people with disabilities?
I think that that's the point of having a platform. The point of us growing these massive audiences online is to empower other people with disabilities. It's up to us to go first if we want to create change, because not only does the platform reach people with disabilities, but it also reaches non-disabled people. And we have an opportunity to educate and partner with them and help them be our advocates, and then they can advocate for us and help us create change. There's strength in numbers, and we've got to be willing to work with people, not against them.
How has using the platform Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok helped you into bringing awareness to people with disabilities?
Having my platform on all of the social media networks has allowed me to create a space where I'm vulnerable, I'm open, I'm authentic, and I'm real. And I share the good, the bad, and the ugly of living life as me, as somebody that lives with a spinal cord injury. It's not bad all the time, but it's also not great all the time. And I think it's important that there's a balance of both and that you see both, so you know that you're not alone, because you're never alone in your struggle.
How's it been like obviously meeting your fans and having them share their stories and you share your story with your challenges through your disability?
Meeting the people that support my mission, support my story, it's just so powerful and impactful. It's really cool to see that me just being real and honest and in my reality helps them get through their everyday life and helps them be encouraged and empowered to go out and get whatever it is they want in life. And it's honestly so encouraging, and it's amazing because I'm so proud of people for getting after whatever it is they want to accomplish.
What would you tell your younger self looking back at your career?
I would tell my younger self to get their shit together and work a little harder. I wasted a lot of time early in my injury, and even before that. I wasted way more time before I was even paralyzed. And I think that I would tell that young person to work a lot harder, and realize that that hard work then would pay off now, and that we could build something so much more impactful and to help people. Don't be so dang selfish. I think we're a really selfish society, and we've got to be really really willing to extend an arm and lift up our fellow human.
What are some of your future plans with your foundation, Will With Me?
Wheel with Me is working to expand. We want to get our 501(c)(3) reinstated, so we're working on that. And we're continuing to have the empowerment weeks, and we hope to one day host in-person workshops.
Of course, how's that going to be like getting to host in-person workshops and having people share their stories?
It's going to be really impactful for the individuals that come. I know that when we have community meetups here in Charlotte for Wheel with Me, it's always really impactful. I'm excited. We have another one for Christmas. We're having a jingle mingle, and they're going to have karaoke, and the Divine Brewery is donating the space, which is really cool. We have a local gourmet popcorn place donating popcorn for the meetup. And so it's cool to get the community involved in the wheelchair using community, because that's how we raise awareness. You partner with people in your community, and you get to tell them the struggle, and they get to hear from different people some barriers that we experience and face while out. And then that's how you create change. That's how you create understanding. We constantly want to label people when they don't understand our struggle, but we've got to stop labeling them and explain why it's a struggle, why they need to understand, and how they can help us.
How's it been like obviously having meetups in Charlotte, North Carolina?
Oh, the meetups are amazing. Getting to connect with other individuals that understand your struggle, understand your life, and understand like the wins that we have, because there's things that would be considered small that are massive wins to us. And so getting to share that with people that just get it in person, in real life, those conversations, I think that's irreplaceable.
What advice would you give those people or that have disabilities that are going through everyday life?
For people that deal with disabilities going through everyday life, don't give in so quick to your disability as an excuse not to work harder and achieve more. There's plenty of days where my pain is through the roof. This week alone, I had my pain was a 10 one day, and I still had to go to my 9 to 5 job and work. And there is no calling out. I run the clinic. I'm the main assistant. It's up to me. So I think that when we stop allowing ourselves to have excuses for why we can't, we find a lot more reasons on why we can.
What advice would you give those people that have disabilities that are looking to start their own business, such as how you did with Will With Me?
Make sure anyone that wants to start a business, and if you're receiving government benefits, inbox me. I have people that can help you report so you don't end up owing Social Security. It's all free. It doesn't cost any money. I wish I knew about them sooner. Be very careful if you're going to try and do it on your own, because disability will come back and they'll take you for all of your benefits. But just do it, man. Find what you're passionate about. Find how you can help people, and then just go for it. I think that we spend too much time hem hauling around like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna wait until the time's right. And in reality, there's never a right time. The right time is now. Just go for it, and you're gonna fail, and that's part of life. Things aren't perfect, and understand that from that failure, you've got to learn the lesson so you don't repeat it. So pay attention to your failures, learn from them, and then allow it to grade you and develop you and grow your business even stronger.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you out on social media?
You can find us at Wheel With Me Foundation, at Wheel With Me Fitness, or Jesi Stracham. It's JESI STRACHAM. And you can check out my website. It's jesistracham.com.
Thank you again, Jesi Stracham, for your interview, and best luck in your future with Will With Me.
Thank you so much for having me. And if you guys gained value today, please share this directly with a friend so they can gain some value too.
Thank you. You can find Community Heroes on Facebook at Community Heroes, Instagram at Community Heroes_NC, Twitter at com_heroes, and you can find us on YouTube at officially Community Heroes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Jesi Stracham, for your interview, and best luck in your future.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day, Brandon.
Thank you.
You are watching Community Heroes. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Community Heroes on social media and on YouTube.